Good morning. It's Sunday the 21st and we had a very eventful weekend behind us. I had my 60th birthday celebration last weekend and on Monday, and visited a couple of beautiful gardens, and I will show you the pictures at the end if you interested. We went to Manua Cat Saison, and we went to Hiva Castle for overnight stay with friends. It was absolutely splendid, and beside being with my loved ones, the other best thing was that the gardens surrounding those areas were absolutely, out of this world. So that was the highlight of my week, but also popping in here and doing various things. As I say, it was eventful. We have a swarm, we have a rusty, rusty garlic disease, and I just sorted that out. I give you a quick update shortly, and I'm trying to deal with the swarm as well. I'm going to be planting cucumbers today and courgettes. Let's see how we get on with all that. Well, there is something absolutely magical at this time of the year when this bed starts to have a beautiful, beautiful flowers, and there is some the early verbascums, the dusky pink, masses of irises to come. Alliums are almost in full bloom, as I can see lupin poking up. There is some, I think that's some sort of, I think, let me think what that might be. I have been trying to get rid of the oxeye daisies. Now we'll be doing another attempt this year. Some self-sown aqualigia, masses of fluffy mist, and I have a feeling, let me just think, that is phlox. That is definitely phlox. And the blue thing is, oh god, I'm having a little brain sort of seizure. I've got two different ones. So this one, and this is another one which doesn't flower yet. But I planted loads and loads. Let me show you. In between, this is actually blue thingy bob, and antherinums. I can't pronounce that. I put it on the screen if I remember. And also, well, what else did I put? I've put that, and I've put, yes, but not in this bed. I haven't put zinnia yet, but I will put a few zinnias here as well, especially around here, when the alliums go off. Now, this is not an update, but just to show you, these are my San Marzano tomatoes, which have been here for a couple of weeks. They are gonna flower, so they are ready to start flowering. And this is the first I was trying how that will work with the stick. Flowers wise, I have managed to put all my sunflowers in here and in another bed which are going to grow with cucumbers. But I have developed the rusty disease in these, so I might have to take them out earlier. Other than that, the Crimson Crush is also strong, not as spectacular maybe as San Marzano, but not far from it. And look at these borage. very happy there, and some marigolds all around it. So in the middle there we have I think black and well, kind of very dark gladiolas and white gladiolas poking in, and I'm going to interplant that with the cosmos. In 4 corners I'm going to put borage because they can get quite big. At the edges we're doing nasturtiums, and I've got some zinnias to fill in and some blue, very blue salvia. So it's going to be a bit of a mishmash, but it's kind of cottagey feel. I might pop in something else, but at the moment I'm just concentrating on that. I bring you back when this is all planted. Okay, so we've got a swarm, and my bees decided to land on the pole with the raspberries. That wouldn't be half bad, except every pole here is wrapped up around the chicken wire. If I'm to scoop them, I'm sure to damage the queen. So what I have done here, I've put some of the drone comb, and that little nook to attract them to it. We'll see if they will take the bait. Now this is second day they've been here. I can't spot the queen, because if I could spot the queen I would just scoop her up and put it in a nook or a new hive. But this has been impossible task. There are 2 or 3 deep. So I'll update you what happened to the bees. I definitely don't want to damage them, you know. Is rather somebody else coat them than having that. You can't shake this, you can't scoop it. I have to wait till they maybe relocate somewhere else, or indeed take this one as a bait. And you know, look, they're landing there, they're coming in, they're landing in, they're coming out. Is that going to be enough attraction for them? Let's see. The cauliflowers seem to be doing okay. Haven't sort of fallen completely. I will need to harvest some rab because it's starting flowering. And I was going to ask Nigel maybe to harvest some. Let me see. Some radishes. Well, I'm never very good with radishes. Let's just see what we get. If we get anything. So, oh yes, look, it's a radish, it's a radish, it's a radish. You take the bigger one, it's a radish. Oh, it's definitely a radish. I shall harvest a little bit more and I'll speak to you later. Well, another little harvest. So we've got some radishes. Oh, I harvested asparagus this morning.
I know, but I just picked what was there, because otherwise...
But that's fine. And a little lettuce and some things. And I'm taking some flowers to plant at home. So that's it for today. Gosh, it's rather warm at the allotment today. I've planted all the tomatoes and tomatillos. Nigel's made fantastic progress on cutting the nettles down. So the space we have for the squashes is now ready. And I think tomorrow we're gonna plant some cucumbers and some courgettes, and maybe prep a few pots for the squashes and pumpkins. I'm gonna take some more of the flowers home. for doing my sort of pots because the tulips have now gone over, and I will in a minute sort out this rust on the garlic. I've read somewhere that actually you don't need to take them out. Try to remove the affected things and dispose safely of the diseased leaves. So that's what I'm going to do. So these are the cucumbers I'm going to be planting. I've got 6 of them. Just put them in the water to give them a bit of a drink before that. To prevent the slugs. This year I bought nematodes but never got around to use them. And what I do is, as you can see, the kohlrabies are starting to bulb up. Everything is looking quite lush, as well as the peas and lettuces, and these are the dahlias. I will have to harvest some of these spinach. I mean, this is like an elephant spinach. Just wanted to show you what else I've been up to. We finished planting the tomatoes in the polytunnel. Some of them, obviously, from here, they will be transplanted. We should have in about 4 weeks a new polytunnel, and that's where they're gonna go. That's kind of more mature stage. Fingers crossed. You never know with those things. I also planted tomatillos, the purple ones. They're quite colourful. Nigel has been cutting the stinging nettles. So you've been siding. Are you knackered?
Yes.
Properly knackered. Because the stinging nettles in this garden go up to, you know. Oh, sorry, quick update. I've put a little bait hive here, and they kind of going with some lemon and lemongrass oil. They kind of going, but a little bit resistant. They're a little bit resistant to it. I don't know if you can see it. I will try to maybe make it more attractive for them in a minute. This is not what I was expecting. I was expecting better sort of response from them. Anyway, so that's the bees. And look at this broad beans. Well, it's just spectacular looking. Equally the masterpiece green, which flowers in white here, and the crimson flowered. They're massive. I think before we hit masses of flowers, so I'm not pinching them yet, but soon. Everything is going fine here. All the brassicas I planted. I'm not quite sure if I finished the sentence there. I said I use the wool sort of pellets, the organic wool pellets around my brassicas, and they seem to be working. These are the vals, various peas, which I'm trying this year, and that's it. I mean, these have been harvested twice this weekend. So, as you can see, they're going in a sort of, we soon will stop harvesting these because I want them to be again nice and strong for the next year. So here's Nigel putting up the support for the French beans, where we had last year brassica. Just cut all the stinging nettles, which were kind of waist high, and there's a certain amount of things I should be switching the sound off going on from time to time. Now I have now done the cucumbers, and I sowed some marigolds just to exclude weeds, and we love marigolds. I harvest them some for my soaps. I can just feel tiny bit of drizzle in the air. Now these cucumbers have been supported by tying them up loosely. So if they survive the temperatures of 7 degrees at night, they should be okay. They I've got 3 of the Shremsky, which is mainly kind of pickling cucumber. It's very tasty actually to eat, but I use it for brined cucumbers. There is the long Chinese, which is kind of long, and the more cucumbers we kind of know from supermarket, but this outdoor cucumber. And there is one Cornichon. So I've got 3 of the Chinese, 1 Cornichon, and 3 of the field Polish cucumbers called Shremsky. Now the bees have decided that they're not going to go in after all, and now I've got this swarm, and I've hive basically sort of enticed with lemongrass smear thing. They're going in. I don't know if you can see, but they're coming out. There's something there that they don't like. It's a hive which no bees have been leaving before. It's a nook, sorry. Has been freshly prepared. I put some drone comb in there. They're just not having it at the moment. Here is the bag of haircut from the leeks, which had the disease leaves to take it with me and dispose, not in a compost. And here in the middle I should be planting some courgettes. So courgettes are already in the put in a water just to sort of give them extra moisture while planting. I need to get rid of that fat hen here. Plant the rest of the flower bed, because once I plant the courgettes, they will sprawl beyond anything. So that's what needs to happen, and I better get on with it now. Okay, so that's it from me and Nigel. Nigel has gone home already. So there's been some progress this weekend. Most of the flowers have been planted out, so that involves here and at home as well, cosmos, borage. I sowed some calendula between the cucumbers, nasturtiums, anthuriums, you know, the snapdragons, and zinnias. I also got a lovely white, another white dahlia from a friend today, so I planted that. What else? So all tomatoes are in, all my cucumbers are in, and these are 3 varieties. I think I talked about it before. If not, I put that on the screen. It's been a long and tiring day. The bee drama, the what else? But above all, I think what is the highlight for me of the day is the flowers. The flowers are just stunning, and I'm planting another bed full of flowers, finishing hopefully tomorrow evening. And now that the evenings are really long, we can come in after work. I'll be driving from my office when I'm in Oxford, and stopping over at 6, and Nigel will bring something to eat here, and we do little by little, so not to basically work till we drop at the weekend. It was lovely to see you, and I leave you with some pictures of those wonderful gardens I saw last weekend. Bye bye for now.